Hello and welcome back to App for You. In this particular video, I'll be discussing about a very important problem, that is removing a loop in a linked list, right? So this particular problem we will be dealing with how basically to remove a loop which is present in the linked list, right? So I have picked up this particular problem from Geek4Geeks. I was just trying to solve it. I had faced little bit of issues and I will be pointing out here, and finally I was successful in solving this particular problem. Problem is very basic. It is very much similar to what we have discussed so far. We will be using the two pointers technique, right? And we will see or we will use the concepts we have discussed in three problems. First of all, detecting a loop. Second, finding the starting point of the loop. That's it. And the slow pointer, fast pointer approach. So all these three things we will be using to solve this particular problem. So before that, let us develop an intuition what the problem basically says. So basically we are provided with a linked list of n nodes, right? And what we have to do is we just have to remove the loop. Remove the loop in the sense, say for example, if we have nodes 1, 2 and 3, right? And there is a self loop, suppose from 3 to 2, right? There is a loop from 3 to 2. So what we have to do, we just have to remove this particular loop here, okay? Means 3 should not point to 2, instead 3 should now point to null, right? That will basically remove the loop. On the other hand, if you have another example, suppose 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pointing back to 2. So removing the loop means we just have to remove this particular pointer, right? We just have to convert it to null, means it will not point to the node in the linked list, instead it will point to null. So now it will become a linear linked list, right? So and it will be free from any cycle. So this is what we have to do, right? We have to detect the cycle, and if any cycle is present, we have to remove the loop. So how to deal with this particular problem? So in order to deal with this particular problem, we shall use the concept that we discussed in the previous problem. In one of my playlists, you will find that how to basically detect a loop in the linked list, and secondly how to find the starting point of the loop in the linked list. So for that, let us do some examples. Okay, let us consider an example. So suppose I have a linked list with nodes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay, and suppose this points back to 3, means there is a linked list which has a loop in it. So if you just visit to my one of the playlist where I have explained how we basically find the loop in the linked list. So basically what we do, we are provided with a head pointer, right? And what we do is basically we have two pointers, p1 and p2, which basically points to the head node, right? So initially both p1 and p2 pointer points to the head node, where p1 is a slow pointer and p2 is a fast pointer, right? So while p2 and p2 next not equal to null, right? This is what we will be doing. Why? Because we will ensure that p2 is a valid node, while p2 and p2's next not equal to null. Okay, I'm just giving a symbol, but actually you're right, null and u. So what will we do then? We will basically move p1 by one step and p2 by two steps. So what will happen now? P1 basically will come here, and p2 now basically comes here, because p2 got two steps. Again p2 is valid, p2 next is also valid. So what happens? P1 will take one step, so p1 comes here. P2 takes two steps, so p2 comes here, right? Again p2 is valid, p2's next is also valid. So what happens? P1 takes one jump and p2 takes two jumps. So two jumps means first jump it comes here, second jump it comes here. Getting the point? So if we find that p1 is equal to p2, right? So that means that a loop is present in this particular linked list, right? For more details, you can visit to one of my playlists where I have explained how to detect a cycle in the linked list, right? I have explained more clearly. But for the sake of this particular problem, this is how it is actually working, right? A slow pointer and a fast pointer, they will meet if the slow pointer is taking one step and fast pointer is taking two steps. And if there is a circular loop in the linked list, by this particular speed, they will meet at certain point. Now, please note that the point where they meet may not be the starting point of the linked list, starting point of the loop. Okay, you see here they have met at point 4. Now, what we can confirm that a cycle is present in this particular linked list, but we cannot say that this 4 is the starting point of the linked list. Why? Because the starting point is 3, isn't it? Fine. So this approach is basically helpful in order to detect the loop in the linked list, not to detect the starting point. So we have successfully detected that yes, there is a loop in the linked list. Now how to find the starting point? In order to find the starting point, what we basically do is, the moment we find that p1 is equal to p2, okay? Please pay attention, very interesting. The moment we find that p1 is equal to p2, like the moment we detected the linked list, once we detected that a cycle is present in the linked list, that is by this approach, when p1 becomes equal to p2, the cycle was detected. What next? Next, move the pointer P1 back to the head position and let P2 be there only. Getting the point? So P1 will come back to the head position. P2 remains at that particular point of meeting only. Okay. Now, once P1 comes back to the head position and P2 remains there, now both of them, allow them to move one step at each time until P1 equal to P2. So while P1 not equal to P2, what we will do? P1 takes one step, and P2 will also take one step. So what will happen? By this approach, basically we can find the starting point of the cycle in the linked list. I have a separate playlist for this also. I have separate video for this also. You can visit my playlist. So how to find the starting point of a cycle in the linked list? So what will happen? You see P1 is here, P2 is here. Take one step. So P1 comes here, P2 comes here. Take one step. P1 comes here, P2 comes here. You see. Okay. The moment we detected the cycle in the linked list, from that point, let P2 be there and move P1 to head, and from there make them move one step at each iteration. Okay, means both will take one step until they meet at a common point. The point where they meet is the starting point of the linked list. Okay, the starting point of the cycle of the linked list. So you see, point 3 is where they have met. So basically we have covered two concepts. First of all, how to detect the cycle in the linked list. Secondly, we have found out how to find the starting point of a cycle in the linked list. Now since we have completed both tasks, now it becomes very easy to remove the linked list. Why? Now see, P2 will remain here only. Let me erase these things. So right now the status is right now P1 is here, P2 is here, right? What will happen? Now we have to just remove the cycle in the linked list. So what we will do, we will use a logic. What is the logic? We will move this P2 pointer until while P2's next is not equal to P1. Okay, let P1 be here only. Just move P2. So P2's next not equal to P1, P2 comes here. P2 equal to P2 next. P2 takes one step. P2's next not equal to P1, P2 comes here. P2's next is equal to P1, so it will not enter the loop. So what we will do now, you come out of the loop and just say P2's next, now make it null. What will happen? This pointer will not fetch to node 3 now, it will instead become null. And finally we have successfully removed the loop in the linked list. So I hope this was very helpful and it has developed an intuition behind the problem. So what you can do is, for more clarity and for more clarifications, what you can do is basically you can visit these two playlists: how to detect cycle in the linked list and how to find the starting point of the cycle in the linked list. So I have created a separate videos for these topics. Okay, so I hope you got the intuition. Now let us quickly try to solve this particular problem. Alright, so let us just try to solve this particular problem. So how do we solve it? So basically we will follow all the three approaches that we have just discussed right now. So first of all, we will declare two nodes, struct node star P1 and again struct node star P2. I hope you can understand why am I using two nodes, P1 and P2. The reason is very simple. I will be using a fast pointer and a slow pointer, right? So P2 is equal to head. Now what is the next step? The next step is to detect the loop. So in order to detect the loop, we know that we use this particular code, right? That while P2 means while P2 is a valid node and P2's next is not equal to null, right? And P2 is a fast pointer basically. So what we will be doing, we will just take one step for P1. So let me just increase the size of this particular block. Yeah, it looks cool, right? So while P2 and P2 next not equal to null, P1 will move one step. Final. Okay, P1 moves one step. P2 here will basically move two steps, right? P2 is equal to P2 next and next. Great. So this is where we are basically doing the cycle detection. So here we are basically doing cycle detection. Okay. Now once we detect the cycles, what will happen? The moment P1 will become equal to P2, right? The moment P1 becomes equal to P2 means there is a node where both of the pointers have met. So that is the point where basically cycle is detected. So we just have to break it. We are doing this because of reducing the time limit exceed. Okay, because you can just ignore this particular part here, but it had led to time limit exceed. So what we are doing, we are just stopping it the moment we find that P1 is equal to P2. And now if P1 is equal to P2, what does it mean? It means that loop was detected earlier. So if loop is detected, now is the time to find the starting point, right? So finding the start of loop, right? So now we will code to how do you find the start of the loop. So basically in order to find the start of the loop, we just say that there will be a point in the loop where P1 and P2 have met, but that does not ensure that it is a starting point. It can be some random point also where they have met inside the loop. So in order to find the starting point, we just move P1 back to head, P2 remains where it is. Now while P1 is not equal to P2, what will happen? Both of them will take one step at each time. P1 equal to P1 next, and P2 equal to P2 next, right? So both of them takes one step ahead. Now the moment they will meet, what will happen? That time P1 will become equal to P2, and they have already met at the starting point. Now removing last connection. Now we will code for removing the last connection edge. Okay. So how do we do that? Now we know that we have both the pointers P1 and P2 are in the starting point. So from now onwards, both will move ahead. Not both will move ahead. P1 they will remain where it is, and P2, while P2's next is not equal to P1. Okay. While P2's next is not equal to P1, what will happen? P2 will move one step ahead. P2 equal to P2 next, right? So P2 moves ahead. Now what happens? The moment P2 will be P2's next will become equal to P1, means we are one node earlier before it. So now we will say P2's next, just make it null. P2's next equal to an URL null. That's it. So yeah, that this should work. Let us just compile this particular code. So I have just written the same thing which we have discussed right now, nothing separately, right? So this has successfully been compiled. Let us just see whether the solutions are correct. Yeah, that's it. Execution time 0.29, quite better. And if you talk about the complexity of this particular code, then I hope you have just guessed it right. The time complexity for solving this particular problem is order of n, right? So we have successfully solved this particular problem in order of n time, because you see we are just using traversals, isn't it? We are just traversing the linked list, and order of n is the time complexity. Space complexity order of 1, no extra space is being used, right? Yeah, so that's it from my side. I hope this video was helpful. In case of any doubt, please put your doubts in the comment section, and please like, share and subscribe for more such helpful videos on this particular problems. Thank you.